Hey guys, J-Man here for a Pulp review. I haven't reviewed one of these in a while. The Spider #2, baby. The Wheel of Death. This is the Spider. He's Richard Wentworth. He is a pretty rich guy. He's got a servant named Ramsing, who's a Sikh, who's awesome character. His girl is Nita Van Sloan. Together they beat up bad guys and take care of business. TCB, take care of business. I have been reviewing these pulp books sporadically, I know, but there's a playlist, so check it out. It's under I do serials and pulps in a different playlist. And I love the Spider. I think he's my favorite of these pulp heroes. Shadow, obviously Shadow's great. Doc Savage is great. I got Doc Savage statue up there. There it is right there. Doc Savage next to my Police Academy 4 poster. But I love these pulp heroes. These books are super exciting. Now, in this second volume here, Richard Wentworth doesn't really have a costume. From here on in 3 and on, I believe it's Norville Page who then takes over writing credits for a lot of them. And I think that's where the Spider stuff really develops. So if you've read the Dynamite comics, which were really good, I thought, for the Spider, or if you've seen the serials where he's got he looks different every time because there's a lot of, debate on what is he supposed to look like. On the covers, he looks like one thing. He's got a domino mask. In the books, he's described differently than in the serial, and in the Dynamite comic books, he's got that kind of webbing that goes down with the red lines. And it's kind of like, I would say Miles Morales, Spider-Man sort of copied the Spider, because I think the Spider character came out way before those guys. But I mean, just the look of that, because that's from the serials. But anyways, the way I'm going to review this is using my space method. So story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 to 2. 2 is the best. I'm going to review this versus itself plus the first book. So I'm not comparing this to other books. If I give this a 10 out of 10, I'm not saying this book is better than Shakespeare or something, right? I'm just comparing it to itself. So this story here, there's a man who's innocent. He's going to go to the electric chair. The Spider needs to clear his name, plus take down a couple of guys who are trying to rule the city. There's this guy who, I won't spoil anything. I mean, this is like from the 30s, but I'm not going to spoil it. The storyline, I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5. I thought it was really cool. I really like the storyline here. It's very typical. There's a gangster. He's going to control these politicians, and he can control them through blackmail. Either he's got some women who can, he'll have some provocative photos, or he'll get them in trouble with gambling debts, or he'll, blackmail them some other way or pay them off or whatever. So he's going to control the city. Spider's got to stop him. So that's what the storyline is. Giving it 1.5, it's pretty good. I do think they could have added a couple of more things to it to make it a little bit more exciting. So that's why I didn't give it a full 2 out of 2, but 1.5 is fair. For the pacing, I'm going to give it a 1.5 as well. The reason I'm not giving it a 2, these books are very short. This is about 200 pages, right? I feel that quite a majority of this book takes place in the villain's apartment, or his little his house. It's weird. It's like a multi-level kind of apartment. And it just feels like it would have been cool to speed that up a bit and move on. I think for 200 pages, I think it probably could have been 170 pages probably, and not really lose anything. So for the pacing, I'm not giving it a perfect score. I'm giving it just under a perfect score. For the artistry, now I use space for reviewing comic books and TV shows and movies. Artistry doesn't work as well for this because there's really only a few pages of interior art, which is always pretty good. And then there's, covers or whatever. So the cover, I'm going to give this a 1 out of 2. This cover doesn't do it for me. It's not bad. I do love pulp covers in general, and some of the Spider comics, some of the Spider pulps represent some of the best covers. But this one, I don't know what's going on. Is that the Spider? What is happening here? This, this Wheel of Death. Okay, it's roulette wheel, but that doesn't really play into anything. It does a little bit, but not really. It could have been a bit more exciting, but it's okay. It's still good, right? For the characters, I'm going to give the characters a 2 out of 2. I love Richard Wentworth. I think he's the damn best. I think Ramsing is the damn best. I love Nita. Stanley Kirkpatrick, who's the commissioner, he's a pretty good character. The villains were pretty good. They're assholes. So I actually really liked the villains. I thought this was overall very, very cool. I had a lot of fun with those characters, and the Spider's just incredible for me. I just love the character so much. For the enjoyment factor, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I know I said the pacing was a bit off, but I'm okay with 30 extra pages as long as it's Spider doing cool things, and I think that really does happen in this book. So here's your cast of characters. I just happened to flip to that page. You can see everybody there. Yeah, I still really liked this book. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's still pretty fast-paced anyways. I just feel like there's a couple of needless things that happen. So where are we at here? I gave it a 1.5, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. High score, 8 or 9 or 10 is very good. So highly recommend The Spider. I absolutely cannot wait to read the third book, which is where apparently people are saying that's where it really starts to take off, right? So these Steger books, these are reprints from Steger. You can get them from their website, stegerbooks.com, I believe is what it is, or just search for it. You'll find it. And they're very affordable and they're really nice quality. They don't exactly replicate the pulp experience that you would have had reading these back then, but they're pretty good. There is a few guys out there that are doing reprints of the Spider books and usually get 2 novels, and they're a little bit bigger and they kind of replicate more the size and the look, the interior look of what it would have looked like to have one of those pulps back then. These don't really do that. They're just more in book form, like it's just a book. But it's very easy to get these. They're not expensive at all. If you see my playlist, I've got Captain Zero. I bought all the Captain Zeros. I got Captain Satan. I've got Spider, Dr. Jensen, or Yinsen, or whatever his name, whatever that one was called. G8, Operator 5. Operator 5 was awesome. So yeah, a lot of these books, and they're super affordable, and they're definitely highly recommended. I would love to grab all of these and all of the Operator 5s, and all. I might do that. That's going to be one of my missions in life, is to just get these and start reading them, and they're so much fun. So that's it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you know what the Spider is? Right? Who knows? Let me know what your thoughts are on the Spider, and if you've read any of these and what you think about them. That's it, guys. Until next time.